This is tape 3, side 1.
Tape 3. I don't know if you know how long that is. That's a walk. These brothers said, Pop, you crazy. I said, let's walk, because walking induces talking. And then it's walk and talk all the way there. And we just walk for miles into this man's face. I said, let's stop. We're going to eat. What are you going to have? Split pea soup. What else? That's it. Bean soup, that's all? That's it. Stop off at Shabazz restaurant. Say, let's get a bowl of bean soup over here, some whole wheat bread, some Asiatic punch. Some of y'all remember that, don't y'all? So it was good, wasn't it? And healthy. And that's what they ate. And we walked. I must have been 90 pounds. But I wasn't here to fight with my body. I was here to fight with my mind. And I would go back and forth to State Street. We go to Juma, we see the secret islands, we practice things, and Negroes following them, we shake out these more of these. He told me, go ask Chet. Go talk to him. I go upstairs, take Abdul Ali with me, his Mary, his wife, and a bunch of other brothers, Amin and Salah, we'd all go sit up in his office. He would talk to us about Farah, Elijah Muhammad, and Islam in America. And he would say, you're the man, you've been chosen to do something. There's a light in your eye. I was standing there dressed like this, in a black outfit, with a 6-pointed star and crescent and an unk in green right on my chest, and a black fez and a gold top. That's how we dressed back then. This ain't no new dress. Don't say why we dressed like that now. We wearing feathers way back in 1970. And I got pictures to prove it, so don't make me do it. Leave it alone. Don't go there. We was in feathers long before we got in the Galilee. He would say, you the man, you the guy that got to go do it. Well, what are you talking about? Go do what? I mean, we had a group, we played our African drums, and we partied together, and they came out, we talked about Islam and about Judaism, and we was more Hebrew than we was Muslim then. And we went to the Hebrew temples, we visited them for Shabbat, and they visited us, and we all sat together and broke bread. We had peace, was left where I wanted to be now. I don't want you to shed your garb. If you're a follower of Noble Jew Ali, take off your fez and come and just follow me. No, I want you to come into the camp with your teachings, with the teachings that Noble Jew Ali, the prophet, taught you, the teachings that you live by and believed in as Moorish Americans. I want you to come here and be with us and sit in this circle just like that. I don't want you to take off your bow tie and grow a beard and put on a long white robe. If you are the follower of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the messenger, the final messenger to us here in the wilderness of North America, I don't want you to shed those off. I want you to come with us. I want you to bring your teachers. I want you to still believe in your teachers. I want you to still stand for your teachers and teach your teachers, but be able to sit in the family circle with us, all of us together, in all that we believe in love and family and respect of each other. The same applies to the 5%, to the gods of the earth, or the Hebrew Israelites, or the Israelite church, or the African Islamic mission, or the Sunnis. If the Sunnis can get rid of that love of that Amorite and come on and sit inside the circle with us, and let's work this thing out as a family, come on and do it. We got the place, we got the land, we got the holidays, and most of all, we got something unique that no one else has. We have our own language. We got our own language. No other people have ever brought to you your own language from your Heavenly Father. I know that Honorable Elijah Muhammad was the one who paved the path. A path is only paved certain ways. Think on that. That is, it's either paved by the walkings of men, or the walkings of beasts, or the workings of machines. But he's mentioned several times, especially in the book of Malachi, where I speak about him, Malachi 3, chapter 1, that he'll be paving that way for my coming. That's why I was called Rabboni. Rabboni means Lord. Rabboni, the master. Arab, the Lord, the teacher. I was to come after the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He paved a way for me. Think on that. Think on my works, my actions, and think on how much I'm being aggressive. The only reason why there's 4 chapters in the book of Malachi is because it represents the 400 years of your bondage, which is mentioned in Genesis chapter 15 that I taught you about, and that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the messenger, taught you about. Think on all that before you start coming out against me, and I've been sent as your master teacher in this last day and time. You understand? That man, that being to talk to me, gave me a different outlook on life. He opened me up. I never understood what they meant by the chest of Prophet Muhammad was opened up and his heart was washed and put back in. I was a criminal. And they know, so I have a right to check me out. Because that guy there was a criminal. I don't know how he learned all the stuff. He knows Amalek. When I got arrested, they said, who are you? What are you? Put that fingerprint down again so we can make sure you're from here. Where'd you come from? Are you the same man that's been out there running around calling himself this or calling himself that? Are you the same kid that we used to know? Where'd you get all this information? How come you know everything? And some more. I'd laugh and smile. They couldn't believe that's the same guy. You know, many Sunni Muslims used to say, you know, I know him. I remember him in 1965 when he came into State Street and took his Shahada. A brother Lukman gave it to him. First of all, I was in Sijin in 1965. I was in prison in 1965. I didn't get out until 1967. So you got wrong information again, Bilal Phillips and the whole Sunni Muslim world. If you're going to do some research, get the right facts and stop making fools out of yourself. Was I sitting there in State Street amongst y'all, yet y'all gave me my Shahada? And that was my first introduction to Islam according to y'all. And I was sitting there already knowing Lughat al-Arabi, knowing Arabic, and knowing Hebrew, and knowing Kunifan, or Kunayafan, and knowing hieroglyphics, and knowing Spanish and French. Then explain to me, how come y'all don't know none of this? How come y'all don't have the history behind you and the knowledge that I have? If I was just some converted Sunni Muslim in 1965, then by the time 1967 came, I knew enough where the whole Muslim world wanted to write a book about me. And I must be none other than God in flesh. I would sit there and they'd be Alif Ba Kafar. That didn't come from me. Ain't no Alif Ba Kafar. You listen to those Pakistanis like Hafiz Maqbool and them. Came over here with Urdu, didn't even know how to speak Arabic themselves. I sat there and just watched the fools. And I watched them play a game on my people because it wasn't my time yet. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad was still in place. I had to wait my time. I came home, my mother said, what happened to you? I was crying, laughing, sneezing, coughing. I didn't know what I was all messed up. I was like, this man tall. Because the feeling was he was about 7, 8 feet tall. I was like, I did glance. When I glanced up, all I could see was a black beard looked like it was glittering. I glanced and I was like, Jesus. What was strange is when he was walking beside me, I noticed that he didn't bounce. And all Nubian black people bounce when they walk. I mean, white people got that gorilla type of, or the goofy type walk. But we walk with rhythm. We always walk like that. Those people have no idea who I am. They look like fools talking about me. But you know what it's all about? It's about those white or pale Arabs that they follow. They know I'm the man. You don't ever see the Arabs come out after me. They send their little Negroes out, their little flunkies, like Bilal Phillips, Sarad Wahad, or Ibrahim, or whomever else they come up with. Some new Negroes, they gave their new names. Where is Bilal Phillips now? The poor boy is somewhere in hiding. They used him like a pit bull, and then they threw him away. And what he planned to do, his plan did not plan, because my plan was greater than his plan. He wrote it in his cookbook, I wrote it in the book, he planned the plan, and I planned the plan, and my plan was greater than his. I stomped him right out. And now they're mad because I'm not in Islam with them any longer, so they can call me names. They say I was not a Muslim when I was in Islam, and now that I'm on the outside of Islam, they ask me, why did I leave Islam? They say we as Ansar Allah community never really made salah, never really acknowledged Rasulullah Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. We never paid zakat, we never fasted a Shahru Ramadan. They said all of these things about us, and now that we're on the outside, they're mad saying that we left Islam. Make up your mind, fools. If we were not Muslims as Ansar Allah, because we were Nubian Islamic Hebrews, we were Zionists, we were Jews, it was all of that and not Muslims, so why is it bothering y'all so much that we have laughed and walked away and went on to a higher level called Nuwaubian? Sound right reason. I'll tell you why. Because I am more dangerous outside of Islam looking back at you, knowing fluent Arabic, knowing the Quran backwards and forwards, having studied all your hadiths, having traveled the Islamic world. I have walked around this world, like I said, 24,896 miles. I've completed the circumference of the planet, and I'm here to renew the story, the true story, to raise you back to divinity. You know it, and you're afraid of me, and I can understand it, but it's not going to stop it. Anyway, I'm going to assignment to go to Sudan and tell me what to do and what with me, and what they would give me. When I came back, I was lit up. I said, oh, we got to move now. People in the mouth said, listen, I'm drawing a line on this floor. Everybody's with me, get on this line. Everybody still want to play stupid Muslim, stay on that side. Because I got a mission for you now. And they jumped on the side. Some of them, sardines, and a couple of them stayed on that side. The ones that's in the cult book, they stayed on that side. And they came back, eventually, to their way back in the mosque. When we finally got to 743 Bushwick Avenue, we had our own place. When we was on the corner of Dubad and have nothing, all them niggas left. We went back home to their mama. But the moment we got a building, and everybody was coming in to move on 743, then we had more niggas than those. You remember that? Niggas were everywhere. I didn't know way back then, and that man was telling me that I'd be the translator of the Torah. I've seen the Bible. I've read the Bible. I never thought I'd be the one to straighten the mess out in it. And the Injil, and the Quran, and the Holy Tablet, another whole scripture. That I was going to receive the scripture. I was like, Muhammad's the last one to receive the scripture. They said, this scripture was before Muhammad's scripture. This ain't after it. It was already here. It's not a new scripture. The Quran calls it the mother of scriptures. The illuminating light. That illuminating light is what the Honorable Muhammad said. He said, I saw lit lamps of light traveling through the whole book. And now when you open that Torah, in the first part, it's going to start off with the Jeremiah with Lo. Genesis chapter 1, where they took the books of Jeremiah and moved it from that chapter Lo. The lamb. That's the Honorable Muhammad. How could he have known that I was going to put a Torah together where they have the lamb going through it, and he was already dead? How would he know? And if you want to say he's alive, then he's alive, and he's not in this realm. And he thought nobody never came back from that realm to talk to nobody in this realm. So don't tell me you met him in no flying saucer. Save that to some people who don't want to accept what you're trying to do, what you're trying to change. Message said nobody came back from the dead, and that would include him. Don't tell me you met him on a flying saucer and him and Faraz alive. Hey, spookism. Tell me that. If y'all got the nerve to talk about how we believe in Rilo 7 or Nuwaubian, y'all saying, how can y'all follow that man, Malachi, and he's telling y'all about extraterrestrials? When you were talking about a mother plane being built by some Japanese and put up in the sky back in 1914, mile by mile, and that is not a flying saucer the Honorable Muhammad was trying to teach you about. I'm not saying nothing new. I'm telling you about that same mothership and that mother plane is coming. You just don't like me. Why? I don't know. I guess because I am the alike and you are the unalike. And the unalike attracts the like. It bothers you that I'm man. But the miracle of it all is right here before you. One man, according to you, born, you say, in Brooklyn in 1935, you say. One of you who didn't get around to Islam until he got incarcerated. There he met Elijah Muhammad's teachers, and from there he went out and took a shahada in safety by a guy named Nuwaubian. That's me, you say. And that's what y'all stand on, y'all preach and y'all teach and you slanderize. But you can't explain my ability. Explain my ability. Don't talk about me, talk about my work. You can read a cult book, it's all about me, what they wish I was. But they have not attacked my work. They have not attacked the book. They can't address the 360 questions. Where did I get that from? Why do I open the Bible? Here's one for you. And it says, God doth know. Do you know that? That in the days who's that? Who's talking? You know that. They don't know. They don't know that the Quran does the same thing. That it talks in the third person. That it's God's book. Shouldn't he be saying, I know that in the days your eyes shall be open? They don't see these little things. Why don't they see them? Because they didn't meet that man I met, or that being I met that gave it to me, that put the power of God inside my chest, that took an ordinary man and changed him into a God. An ordinary man, it feels like an ordinary man. I sit back and listen to music the way you do. I enjoy it. You understand what I'm saying? I pick the foods I like to eat the way you do. And I enjoy it. I get on the basketball court with you, or the baseball field with you. I walk with you. I sit with you. I talk with you. I've always stayed with you. I never got too far up on the mountain. Never made myself where you couldn't get to me. I did say, you, when I turn my back, protect my back so the fool don't sneak up on me and try to cut this off. That's possible. That's all. That's as far as it goes. Why? You watch me every day. Now while I'm talking to you, there's people sitting right there looking at me in the dark who watch me come out the house and come here. You follow me? Everywhere I go. For the last of, I should say from 1970, everywhere I have ever gone, in the house or out, there's been someone saying, always. I'm never by myself. You understand? And there's a reason why I'm never by myself. Because there'll always be a witness to my actions. That's why many are strong stand. Because there's always somebody saying, that's not true. I know him. I was with him every day. He watched me. People see me come to work and do my job. Ain't about whether or not I did this. Ain't no question about whether or not I did this. All you got to do is stay on Kadesh for a week and you watch me work. You see me dictate whole books in one day. Myself. I'm doing my job. I'm back to myself. I'm my own leader. Don't try to make me a follower of Noble Drew Ali or a follower of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I would have loved to be one of their followers, but I wasn't, because I was not born to follow. I was born to lead. Brother Farrakhan, you were a follower of the leader. And now that the leader has gone, and he said after me, only the Lord can come. That's what the book of Malachi says. Before the great and dreadful day of the Lord is here in the flesh before you. Remain that follower and come on up under this master teacher. Stop wrestling with the angels. Trying to get the blessings you ain't worthy of, Jacob. Come on up under the tree. You know how valuable Farrakhan would be if he would teach right knowledge? He's a much better speaker than I am. I've been telling you that for years. But all he has to do is realize who he is and what part he plays in the scheme of things. He is a Paul, and he has to be careful as a Paul. Because Jesus bred a Paul. Let me show you the synopsis. This is very interesting. Let me kind of make this synopsis for you so you can see it. Let me make this clear to you. According to the teachings of the Nation of Islam, or what they refer to as the theology of time, that's a series of tapes that Honorable Elijah Muhammad got off his dying bed to do. Allah himself appears in what they refer to as succession. You understand? With me? They come one after another, simply. The wisest person on the planet at the time is the supreme being. Now let's take a look at where all of this theory really comes from. It's a Christian thought according to the Bible thought. It's in the sacred rituals of Freemasonry. But first, you must have an Allah or a God. Look at that. Allah, God. Who produces? Allah or God Allah. Now, this original God, he produces what's called Farad, right? No. The original God, or the wise men before him, produces Father, Alfonso, as he's called. He has to also be an Allah to produce an Allah, or a God to produce a God. Don't get confused now, stay with me. So now, Alfonso succeeds his father as Allah. You got that? Now you can find that if you look at Matthew 27:43 or John 10:30. Now look, Alfonso, who is Allah, and his wife, Mimi, who is Allah. You look at it. That's Quran 53:19. They produce a son. This son is like Jesus being Alfonso and Mary Magdalene. You see that? Being Mimi. Let me say it again. You have the Allah, God, who produces a son whose name is Alfonso, black as coal, an original man, as they say, original Asiatic black man, all white. All right? This Alfonso has to take a wife. So he chose a white woman. And this white woman is wicked. She has 7 demons that must be cast out. You think that's the first time that was said? No. Jesus married Mary of Magdalene, who, according to Luke 8:2, has to have 7 demons cast out of her. Now look at that. Is that a coincidence? No. So you get Alfonso, Allah, and a white woman, Mimi, who has 7 demons cast out of her, and you get who? Bard, the product of Allah and the woman with the 7 demons out of her. Now let's look at Jesus Christ, Mary of Magdalene. That's what the wedding of Cana is about. And they produced a son who's referred to as Bar Jesus in Acts 13:6. Bar Jesus. The word Bar Jesus means simply the son of Jesus. Or a Christ. Another Christ, as he's called in Acts. A Messiah type. So now we have Alfonso, who's Allah, whose father was Allah, an extension of Allah called what they call Khalifa or Khalifaship. And then we get down to Farad. Farad is the son of a righteous man and an unrighteous woman. The same way Simon Bar Jesus is the son of a righteous man, Jesus, and the unrighteous woman who was Mary of Magdalene, who had been made righteous by getting the 7 demons cast out of her. Which means she was of the unalike and Jesus was of the alike. Or Alfonso was the alike and his wife Mimi was of the unalike. There's something happening right in front of your face. But it gets deeper than that. Now, Afard, he appears on the scene. He teaches for 3.5 years, and then he leaves and said he will return. Jesus also appears on the scene. He teaches for 3.5 years and leaves and said he would return. Coincidence? No. Fard, according to them, is on the back of Muhammad speech under Article 12. He is the Messiah or Christ type. He is also Allah, and he's also a man. Jesus is God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Ghost. 3 persons in one. Is there a coincidence? No. This Bar Jesus, who is also God, Allah, with a sacred name on his leg, Farad. Check it? And the son of an Allah who became known as Christ the Messiah. So now we have this W.D. Fard, Allah in person, as Jesus Christ is God in person, and God and the Son of God. At the same time, in succession, this Fard produces, by teaching, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who I mentioned in a book that I read many years ago, Will Send Elijah Before the Great and Dreadful Day of the Lord. I told you back in the early 70s, 1977 to be exact, when the book was written, that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is John the Baptist, Yohana. Now, if you look at Matthew 17:12 and 13, you'll see where Jesus tells John the Baptist that he is Elijah, though John the Baptist didn't know it according to the book of St. John. So here again, Jesus, or Fard, declares John the Baptist Elijah. That is Elijah Muhammad. Malachi backs that up, that we will send Elijah before the great and dreadful day of the Yahweh, or the Lord, whom is standing in front of you now. Now let's look again. So Fard declares his student Elijah Muhammad, the Elijah, the John the Baptist, the voice of one crying in the wilderness, as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad has said himself. And Elijah Muhammad declares that after him can only come the Lord Yahweh, another God or Allah in succession. Malachi chapter 4, verse 5. Check that out. Now listen. Now, Elijah Muhammad, the John the Baptist, produces a Paul-type figure, Louis Farrakhan. Why do I say that? Because he's a self-proclaimed disciple, because he admitted himself in 1975 in front of everybody in the Nation of Islam that he heard out of the mouth of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that the Nation of Islam was supposed to follow Nuwaubian Muhammad, which was the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's son. He made that declaration. Paul also did the same thing. He launched out with the disciples of Jesus, worshiping and obeying the original Messiah Jesus, but in time he changes the teaching, and he declares he's only changed the teaching so he can keep the congregation together. Let's see if this is in order. Okay? Now, he's a self-proclaimed disciple and leader of the Nation of Islam, as I said, after admitting that he should not be there. Now, as his self-proclaimed disciple, and he pledged allegiance to Nuwaubian Muhammad, who they knew was not really the person because he was not God in flesh. He was a simple Sunni Muslim, an Orthodox Sunni Muslim, a worshiper of the Ghaibi, the unseen, the spook god. He was not the man. However, he followed him for a while, and then he broke off the way Paul broke off from the disciples, and James, which is John, Elijah's brother, who was James, Jesus' brother, and went on and tried to set up his own thing. Now, Farrakhan or Paul openly changes the teachings of John the Baptist, or Jesus, or the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, for the sake of keeping what he calls the congregation together, the nation of Islam. You find this in Romans chapter 3, verse 7. And he seeks to prevent the prophecy of the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord, not knowing he's blocking it, which is upon you now. It's all symbolism. As the Honorable Elijah Muhammad has said many times, it's all symbolism. In the involvement of these men, after Elijah Muhammad, guess what starts to happen? We yield several Christian-type branches that break off from the nation of Islam, like a new denomination, just like Christianity. Look at this. The Jehovah's Witnesses, symbolic of the 5%, headed by a man called Clarence 13X, or the gods in the earth, an ex-member of the Nation of Islam, who became known as Allah himself. That's the Jehovah's Witnesses. You also have the Catholics. Those are the Orthodox, the very strict ones with all the rituals. They're founded by an ex-member of the Nation of Islam also, the son of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Word D. Muhammad, symbolic of Orthodox Islam, Catholic Christianity. Now, this all may sound crazy. It may sound weird, but it's too coincidental. And as I told you many times, a coincidence can only happen twice. Coincidence. Listen again. Then you have Silas Muhammad. He's claiming to be the spiritual son of Elijah Muhammad. Representing what group then with all the spiritual stuff? The Pentecostals. Symbolic of what version of Islam? As he calls it, the new nation of Islam. That ain't over. Now that a clear blue sky that pops up, Brother Solomon of the United Nations of Islam, an ex-member of the Nation of Islam. What does he symbolize? Seven-day Adventists. Another group. Malcolm X, don't forget, an ex-member who breaks off, forms his own group, Muslim Mosque Incorporated, symbolic of what? He did in Harlem amongst all the blacks in Islam, became Baptist. These are no coincidence. This was all the remaking of a new scheme created to shield the dirty religion, to turn Nubians back toward a subtle kind of Christianity, to keep them brainwashed. This was done by the Black Angels, the guardians called the Four Winds. This is real. And Minister Louis Farrakhan has to realize that he's a part of the plan that they set up to try to block the coming of the Lord in flesh for this great and dreadful day. You can see that by my presence, the world is tumbling. There's earthquake. And I tell you today, at the alignment of the equinox on May 5th, 2000, and I've been saying this since 1970. Now there's a bunch of books out and a bunch of Amorites saying it. Now you want to believe it. But when I was telling you it's going to line up in the year 2000, nobody wanted to believe me. But you will be here to witness my presence as the Lord in flesh. You're going to see the grateful day. Why? Because the Honorable Elijah Muhammad did all he could to turn the hearts of the fathers towards their sons. Did you stay together? No. Did you work together? No. You broke up and became all of these different denominations, just like the Christians after Jesus before. And when it happened, what happened? Well, when Christianity fell before you taught in the nation of Islam that it was necessary for God to come to raise up the messenger, and then after he gets the people prepared, he'll pave a path, and then God will come to bring in the judgment. Well, I'm bringing in the judgment of the world right now. Look at the world. It happens with my coming. All the prophecies of Matthew 24 are manifesting themselves with my coming. You're not doing none of these things. You're not bringing this knowledge. Ain't no man walking around that's translating all the scriptures from all the languages for you. There's no man walking around bringing you your language. No man giving you your land. No man giving you your name. No man giving you the dress code, the meaning, can walk you step by step around the world and through the universe. Everything I've been teaching you for years, the Amorites are confirming. There's Amorites saying they never went to the moon.
This is tape 2, side 2.
When I said it, you called me crazy. I didn't say they never went to the moon. I said they didn't go to the moon when they said it. Russia had beat them there. They did eventually go to the moon, and there is an atmosphere on the moon. And the moon is not just a part of the earth. The moon is an active community. They are in what they refer to as Alternative 3. Let me tell you what I mean by that. They want to destroy the ozone layer, The same way they try to destroy the shield that protects Eliud or Riz in Eliud, so that the rays from the sun will come through and wipe you out. And you say they'll die if that happens. And I say, oh no, they won't die. They have an alternative 3, and that is to go to Jupiter. You say they can't live on Jupiter. They exploded a plutonium bomb on Jupiter to change its atmosphere. They've admitted to you now that there's life on Mars. When I said it, you called me crazy. They're telling me that the face on Mars represents the fact that some being must have lived there a long time ago. Go back and open the Holy Tablet and read. Go back and read the books and see if I didn't say that before this year. I told you this year they're going to reveal extraterrestrials to you. You have more extraterrestrial movies this year than ever before, and all of them about extraterrestrials coming to Earth. Why? Because I prophesied to you that it would happen in this day and time. All of a sudden, Roswell is everything. They got an auto-autopsy. They're showing you the autopsy of an extraterrestrial. And even in the major magazines are putting pictures that they say these are proven to be undoubted. You still call me a crazy because I say about graves. No. I've seen graves. I've talked to graves. I've seen reptilians. I've talked to them. I've warred against them on your behalf. It may sound like a myth to you, but don't tell me that we are crazy when you tell me you believe in mother planes. You tell me that Clarence 13X was a law, shot with an elephant gun, he didn't die. And you believe in that kind of fiction, and then when I come and tell you something that science can prove, you can go into your computer, into your net, go right inside that web, and you can find all the facts. I'm telling you, what do you think Chupacabra is? Chupacabra is something that's coming. It was shipped from this country to Puerto Rico. They put it in that country, and I told you all ahead of time, they're moving the graves, and they're moving the reptilians out of this country. Macon, why do you think Macon, Georgia smells the way it does? It runs from Eisenhower Boulevard straight into Gray and then straight on into Macon. Eisenhower was the one who made the deal with them. That's where they had them at, in Macon. And it's under the Macon, beneath the ground, every night go to Macon, Georgia. You'll smell the funk. Where these creatures with their chemicals that they bathe in. This is real. It is upon you. That may sound crazy to you, but you better keep your eyes on sightings. You think X-Files is a coincidence? You think they're doing all the Star Trek movies over again, and Star Wars and Battlestar Trek? No, they are educating their people, and they know you're too busy partying, separating. You're too busy out there in recreation. They're playing games with you. They're giving you theology and theory, and I'm trying to give you factology and facts. And you say, I am your Savior. I am the deliverer, the reformer, the mujaddid. I told you that before. I didn't come in with no secret. I was called Rabboni. When they called me Imam for years, I told them, and you can ask any Ansar, don't call me Imam. I'm not no Imam. That's an Islamic title for somebody who stands up in front and can be anybody. And I wasn't 52, so I couldn't be a sheikh. And I said, one day I'll let you know who I am. And when I opened up the sun to the green light, I showed them the order of the 3 Rabs. And this goes way back. And I said, you have a Rab, a Rabboni, and an El Rab. Those are the high priests of the order. El Rab means the Lord. I'm not saying nothing new. I was saying it all the time. You knew the language, you knew that. Instead of waiting for me to translate and then trying to put up some type of argument. I'm way out on y'all. I am your Savior, and you're here opposing me. I think Jesus said that. A prophet is without honor in his own house. I am not a prophet. I am greater than a prophet. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad told you he was my messenger. That he was letting you know that I was coming after him. And now that I'm here, you want to wrestle? Good, because many are called and few are chosen. You just won't be there. But no, you want to wrestle with me, the man of your time. If Farrakhan is a better man, then follow him. Let him take this on. All I do is pump it out. My job was to deliver it. That's why they call me a deliverer. Deliverance. You understand? When I get this information into your head and heart, I got to concentrate on how to get you out of here before they do destroy the ozone layer. And everybody can't go. No, everybody cannot go. You can make fun, the brother from another planet. You can say anything you want about me, but when them crafts come and you see people that look like me step down from them to welcome those with me, you're going to cry. You're going to cry the same way the people in Norristown cried when it came time to close that off. Or they were making fun of Noah. Look at that fool building an ark, a boat in the middle of the desert. That is stupid, ain't it? But Noah kept his work on. Regardless of what they call me, I keep doing my job. Listen, watch the signs of the weather. Here comes an earthquake. Boom, they got an earthquake there. Watch them fires. Boom, there's massive fires. I said, the planes got to come down. You know what that? I said, the animals are going to start attacking people. They got a film out showing animals attacking people. They asked me, help me. They're on the 3rd series of it. Am I right? Never before. I said it before it happened. These are the signs that they give me to give to you so you'll know who I am and stop wrestling with the angels. But no, you want to wrestle with me. It's your time. And now, as you approach the time when the crafts are coming, oh, and they coming. And he's telling you that too. In every movement, there's some type of alien planet or some type of massive thing that's coming near the earth. Everybody's talking about it. Not just the Inquirer. NASA talks about it. It's in the internet. You can go in there and pull it up. We pull it up. They're talking about it. Some new planet. What new planet? Nibiru. That new planet. What they coming for? Well, nobody amongst you white folks are saying they're coming for you. But somebody amongst the black folks is saying they're coming for us. So you think maybe we might know something that you don't know? But again, only enough seats for the righteous. There's a list that must be read. And then it says, when that great ship roars from the planet Earth and have fled, they said big balls of fire will shoot from the back. That's why the Bible says the Lord is going to destroy it. No war by water, but war by fire. All throughout the Bible it speaks of the fire of destruction. I can give you hundreds of quotes. That ozone layer is going to be lifted. It's going to deplete, like Riz. And what did we have to do on Riz? And I'm here to tell you whether you believe it or not. The voice that speaks to you through me is from Riz. I'm from my mother, like you are from your mother. But the voice that speaks to me is from Riz. It says, what happened to us on Riz? We had to leave our planet. But we were in control of the technology, so we could get out. You're not in control of the technology, so he is going to get out. And all the beings that was left in Riz, the wicked beings that caused the problem, died there. You understand? Read your book of Revelation. Revelation chapter 18 tells you about that. It says people are going to wish for death, and death is going to run from them. People's bodies will be covered in sores, open sores. It's going to look like they were stung by thousands of scorpions. This is coming. And the first sign of it's coming is going to be May 5th, 2000. And you're going to be here to witness it as I'm saying it. And I love all the people that say, oh, ain't nothing going to happen on May 5th, 2000. Because what are they going to say when it does happen? Just like when I say there's going to be a massive earthquake in California. Oh, there ain't going to be no, now we got that, yes, so we're in the year, ain't no earthquake. Boom! Big old earthquake. No Sunni, Shia, Ahmadiyya, nobody called me and said, what's the next one, buddy? I'm coming to join you. You seem to know somebody upstairs. They give you some insight. You understand? And you are messing around with a serious situation. But why? Because of my skin color. Why? Because I'm one of you. I'm not light enough or white enough. You know the old saying, if you're black, stand back. I'm not even one of the light-skinned Negroes. I'm the darker one. If you're white, you're all right. That's why it's so easy. But I'm going to accept people like Master Farad Muhammad. Look at his appearance. He's in the image of the beast. He is unalike. He is not a Nubian. He is not a Shabbazite. He is not of the tribe of Shabazz, or Shabbats, as they call it, the Hebrew word for Sabbath. He is not of that. But they will accept anybody who comes along who's a white person. And that's sad, because it's black and white devils. But me, They'll never accept what I have to say. And you know the saddest thing about it? They will come to me after it's confirmed. They call me and say, Pops, Doc, Malachi, all the names they call. The Amorites on television right now talking about what you taught us. It must be true. No, he got it. And then he started talking about it. And then you started accepting it. And that's sad. They'll jump to Jimmy Swaggart. They'll run at Jim Baker, Billy Graham, or any other of the Caucasian ministers. Or they'll go to that Pat Robertson 700 Club, or the Moral Majority. But me, oh no, I have to be wrestled with. I have to be questioned about everything I say. You're concerned about who I am, where I was born, who's my mother, who's my father, am I a liar, am I telling the truth? You're all inside my private business, you're all inside my stuff. You're all worried about who I'm married to, how many kids I got. I heard he has hundreds of wives. I heard. But you don't dare question nobody else. On the way Elijah Muhammad, he was all inside his stuff, all in his private life. How many wives he had, how many secretaries he was having sex with. Who are these kids? But no, you don't do that to your white slave masters. No one even asked, was Master Fard Muhammad married? Did he have any children? How many wives did he have? He was an Arab. Did he have 4 wives like Arabs from Saudi Arabia who have hundreds of wives and 50 and 60 of them? He asked it? No. But when it comes to one of your own, it comes amongst you to stand up to teach you, you want to be all inside my stuff, all inside my private business. Leave my stuff alone. Why don't you tell me your own stuff? But I let you know right now, all of those people that seemed right because they were white simply prepared you for me. So for us, then you and I both look at his picture and we see a Caucasian, try to understand that he was the unalike. He was not the alike. So he was created the unalike. He was not the man. He was made to corral the people to listen to the man. The man that can get him out. The man that is making you a man. You know about that? And a woman. You know about making you a man and a woman? Want me to explain it? What language do you speak suddenly? Are you English? So you ain't no man. That's why the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said you need a name, a land, and a language before you have anything. So I knew right away part of my job and the signs of my presence was going to be a language. I knew if it wasn't me, whatever man did come along for the Nubian nation and give them their own language, that he was going to be unique. You follow that? Not to give them Arabic. I taught y'all Arabic and Hebrew, and now I'm teaching you Greek in the books. But not Arabic, because Arabic belongs to the... And you're a little more than Arab. You just are not just a Arab. If I ran around the world with all the things you are, you'd be speaking every language on the planet. You know what I'm saying? But before the diversity of the languages, you spoke your own language, God, and it was Nuwaubian. Not Nubic, which would have been a form of Arabic for you. Not Nubic, Nuwaubian. Your own language. Combination of all of those other languages and some. Once you got the language, then you need the name. A name, a mystery name that no one heard before. To say I'm a black Muslim is not a mystery name. To say I'm a Hebrew Israelite, is that a mystery name? No. To say I'm a Moorish American is the word more a new name. That's the number 5%. But who heard the word Nuwaubian before? They never heard it before. Nuwaubian. What is it becoming now? It's becoming a household word. People couldn't pronounce it 2 years ago. Who are the guys who they talk about in the Enuma Elish? What's their name? The who? I don't hear you. Oh, it's not the Anunnakis this year. It's the Anunnaki now. You hear the pronunciation. What's the name of that scripture? The what? Oh, the Enuma Elish. Oh, it's not the Enuma Elish anymore. You compare, you hear the pronunciation. Eventually all of y'all will get your name in your language. But I got to get you speaking your language so that you can properly understand your name. Because if I named you Kareem, and it's not your language, it's just a sound. It could sound like Kareem you put on a Sunday. Yes, it could. To your soul. But when you are raised with your own language, and your children are raised speaking their own languages, when they say a name, they know the meaning of the name. And they name a child according to the meaning of its name. That is miracle number one. Wake up, y'all. Our language. This holy tablet will be translated back into your language. And eventually, people will sit down, open it, and chant it in Nuwaubian. You know the difference? You know the difference? When they do, they will, that's good. They will also what? Understand it. That's the difference. When you start to pray, and the prayer book is finished. I started giving on the internet this week. Position them. I won't go into staying too long. But when you pray this time, unlike in Islam, you won't be saying, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, Malik Yawmiddin, Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in, Ahdina Sirat al-Mustaqim, Sirat al-Ladhina Amta alayhim, Ghayri al-Maghdubi alayhim, Wala ad-Dallin. What did I say? All the Muslims are standing there, praying and don't know what they're saying. Just rattling on sounds and tones. This time when you pray, you're going to know what his position means, and you're going to see it on the wall. You're going to say, that position is found right there in the pyramid. And somebody looks at me and doing that. This is my prayer. The language I'm praying in this prayer is my language. I feel proud hearing my son talk to me in my language, me and my son, and my daughter, and my wife, and we go pray together in our language, in our form of prayer. Nobody gave me nothing. I don't have a second-hand pair of shoes. This is the first time these shoes ever worn. And they're worn by me. Nobody else be wearing these shoes but me, unless I give them away. And there'll be a second-hand pair of shoes. So keep your second-hand Islam, and your second-hand languages, and your second-hand culture. Stop trying to give me second-hand stuff. I've got to have my own. I've got to have my own. Why? Why can't I have my own? Why is it bothering you that I want my own? You with me? Why can't I have my own? Why can't I have the Honorable Elijah Muhammad as my own messenger? Why must I accept your messenger? Why must I accept your teaching, your culture, your ideas, your opinions? I don't want it no more. I want my own. When I was a boy, I lived in my mother and father's house. I had to live under their rules and regulations. And they brought me some silly shoes. I had to wear those silly shoes to school. They brought me a silly little outfit. I had to wear that silly little outfit to school. But I long for the day that I would grow up. So I can buy the shoes that I like. And I can buy the clothes that I like. And dress the way I want to dress. You understand what I'm saying? Eat what I want to eat. I came home and she picked up food. I said, I don't like beets. Eat them beets. They're good for you. Everything was good for you. Everything had a good carrots are good for your eyes. Then why are there so many crippled rabbits? All these people got rabbit foot on their neck. He should have saw that was coming. Yeah. You with me? I don't want your stuff. I want my own stuff. You got your stuff. The Japanese got their stuff. The Irish got their stuff. The Polish got their stuff. The so-called Pakistanians got the Arab stuff. And all the American Negroes got everybody else's stuff. If they ain't trying to be a Christian with someone else's stuff, they're trying to be a Jew. Or they're trying to be Nigerian. Or they're trying to be Libyan. Or they're trying to be Arabian. You understand? I don't want it. I want my own stuff. You with me? And I know you ain't going to give me my own stuff, so I'm going to have to create my own stuff. And that bothers you because I am succeeding in creating my own stuff. And it's working for me. I got more stuff I'm going to create for me. You with me? Y'all want to create some more stuff? Whose stuff? That's all. What's the problem with that? That's all. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad had his version of Islam. And they got mad. That ain't no real Islam. That is real Islam to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. That is real Islam to the nation of Islam. That was Elijah Muhammad's stuff. He can do with his stuff what he wants, because it's his stuff. I can pick up my nose all day. It's my nose. As long as I don't put no boogers on you. Because this is my what? It's my stuff. They always got something to say about what we do. Negroes grab their crotch all the time. I'm not grabbing my crotch, I'm protecting it. You just stole everything else from me. I ain't got but one thing left. My ability to reproduce. You want to take my stuff. No. You can't have this stuff. This ain't your stuff. And all them brothers and sisters get mad at y'all and think, they say, y'all making up your doctrine. What are you trying to tell me? That I should go get my doctrine from someone else? You know what I'm saying? That man, he makes it all up. He made up this whole holy tablet. Y'all say, well, he made it up. He made it up for us. And it's our holy tablet, it's our stuff. That's where the argument stops and the reality comes in. Don't let nobody say, you remember as answer, y'all worship that man. So why not? He's our man. He came with a whole lot of for us. That's why y'all don't like him. Because you can't find yourself in this book. If you're in this book, you're in this book as the devil. So this ain't your stuff. And the Quran wasn't your stuff. You had our stuff, but we took our stuff back. The Torah wasn't your stuff. You had our stuff, and the Injil wasn't yours. Jesus was ours. Hair like land wool, feet like burnt grass. That's one of us. Moses was one of us. He stuck his hand in his bosom and it came out white. You know what I mean? I've seen a whole lot of niggas stick their hand in America and come out white. Niggas are doing it every day. They get whiter and whiter. They leucinoiding them now. And they mad. They mad at the man. Because the man has an idea. And I dare say it works. And I want y'all to go out there. How dare you question me about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad? Because I said the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is right and exact. He said go for self, and I believe we need to go for self as a people. That is right and exact. People believe about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is right and exact, but don't believe in Quran. You understand? I got to believe in Quran. Let me ask you something. What was Farah's father's name? And why don't y'all have his picture up? He's the one that made Farah God. That's what the teaching says. That's what it says in Theology of Time. So how come you don't believe in the Father? You only want to deal with the Son and the messenger. Well, suppose I just want to deal with the messenger. Is not that my right? He ain't got no right going into the lesson. Who the lessons come for? Came for us here in the wilderness of North America. The lessons is our stuff. I'm one of us. The lessons is my stuff. I can do what I want with the lessons if they was brought to me, as you say, from God. I can scrutinize them. I can criticize them. I can jump up and down on them because they're my stuff. But you're going to read them the way you read them. And then you're going to take them and pack them away and put them inside yours? See, I ain't going to be in your house with no stuff. So I wish you niggas would stay out my house and stay out my stuff. Shalom.